Good morning. This is Susan, and this is Susan's Ramblings. We have a bunch of hints and tips for you on baking bread, baking desserts for the day. Take out your pencils and your notebooks or your paper. Get your favorite drink, and let's go. Kneading dough for 30 seconds after mixing improves the texture of baking powder biscuits. Instead of shortening, use cooking or salad oil for pancakes and waffles. When bread is baking, place a small dish of water in the oven to prevent crust from hardening. Dip a spoon in hot water to measure shortening or butter or any fat, and the fat will slip off more easily. Small amounts left over corn can be added to pancake batter for variety. To make breadcrumbs, use the fine cutter of a food grinder and a large paper bag over the spout in order to prevent frying crumbs. You can tell this is an old cookbook because some tips are old-fashioned. When you're doing any kind of baking, you get better results if you remember to preheat your cookie sheet, your muffin tins, or your cake pans. I didn't know that one. I knew the one to preheat the oven, but I didn't know you were supposed to preheat your baking items. Cookie dough that is to be rolled is much easier to handle after it's been refrigerated for 10 to 30 minutes. This keeps the dough from sticking even though it's soft. If not done that way, the soft dough may require more flour, and too much flour makes the cookies hard and brittle. Place on a floured board only as much dough as can be easily managed. Flour the rolling pin slightly and roll slightly to the desired thickness. Cut the shapes close together and add trimmings to dough that needs to be rolled. Place pans or sheets in the upper third of the oven. Watch the cookies carefully while baking in order to avoid burnt edges. When sprinkling sugar on cookies, try putting it in a small salt shaker in order to save time. Pie crust will be better and easier to make if all the ingredients are cool. The upper crust should be placed in the pan so that it covers the surface smoothly. Air pockets beneath the surface will push the crust out of shape when baking. Folding the top crust over the lower crust before crimping will keep the juices in the pie. In making custard pie, bake at a high temperature for about 10 minutes to prevent a soggy crust. Then finish baking at a low temperature. When making cream pies, drink a crust with powdered sugar in order to prevent it from becoming soft or soggy. For perfect cakes, fill cake pans 2/3 full and spread the batter in the corners and sides, leaving a slight hollow in the center. Cake is done when it shrinks from the side of the pan or if it springs back when touched lightly with a finger. After removing the cake from the oven, place it on a rack for about 5 minutes. Then the sides should be loosened and the cake turned out on a rack to finish cooling. Do not frost the cake until thoroughly cool. Icing will remain where you put it if you sprinkle the cake powdered sugar first. It's only about 4 minutes, huh? Okay, let's go on to the rest. The vegetables and fruits. Tips on vegetables and fruits. Buying fresh vegetables. Artichokes. Look for the compact, slightly closed heads with green, clean-looking leaves. Avoid those with leaves that are brown or separated. Asparagus. Stalks should be tender and firm. Be closed and compact. Choose the stalks with very little white. They are more tender. Use asparagus soon as it toughens rapidly. For snap beans, those with more seeds inside the pod are the best. Avoid beans with dry-looking pods. For broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and cauliflower, flower clusters on the broccoli and cauliflower should be tight and close together. Brussels sprouts should be firm and compact. Smudgy dark spots may indicate pest or disease. Cabbage and head lettuce. Choose heads that are heavy in their size. Avoid cabbage with wormwood and lettuce with discoloration or soft rot. Cucumbers. Choose long, slender cucumbers for best quality. Maybe dark or medium green, but yellow is undesirable. Mushrooms. The caps should be closed around the stems. Avoid black or brown gills. Peas and lima beans. Select pods that are well filled but not bulging. Avoid dried, spotted, yellow, or flabby pods. For buying fresh fruit. For bananas, skin should be free of bruises and black or brown spots. Purchase them green and allow them to ripen at home at room temperature. For berries, select plump, solid berries with good color. Avoid stained containers which indicates wet or leaky berries. Berries with clinging paps such as blackberries and raspberries may be unripe. Strawberries without caps may be overripe. Melons and cantaloupes, thick closed knitting on the rind indicates best quality. Cantaloupes are ripe when the stem scar is smooth and the space between the netting is yellow and yellow-green. They're best when fully ripe with a fruity odor. Honeydews are ripe when the rind is creamy and yellowish color and a velvety texture. Immature honeydews are whitish green. Ripe watermelons have some yellow color on one side. If the melons are white or pale green on one side, they're not ripe. Oranges, grapefruits, and lemons. Choose those heavy for their size. Smoother, thinner skins usually indicate more juice. More seed markings do not affect quality. Oranges with a light greenish tinge may be just as ripe as the fully colored ones. Light or greenish lemons are more tart than the deep yellow ones. Avoid citrus fruits showing wilted, sunken, or soft spots. That's it for today. Have a great day, and God bless.